Our next speaker is the author of American Woman, The Pole Dance, Women in Voting. Please let's hear it for Kimberley A. Johnson.
Hello, and thank you all for coming out on this rainy day. I want to thank all the people who made this rally happen, but I especially want to thank you guys. So please give yourselves a round of applause because you deserve it. Woo! So have you noticed that when some elected officials weigh in on climate change, they say they aren't experts? But when it pertains to women's innards, all of a sudden they're board-certified gynecologists. What's up with that? Government officials who have zero understanding of the female anatomy seem to be obsessed with legislating our body parts. These same officials are voting against equal pay, they're blocking the minimum wage increase, and they've implemented restrictive voting laws that make it more difficult for you to vote. Are we going to allow these legislators to keep their jobs? You know, there are some who say the war on women is just a myth. If that's true, why can some women be legally denied a prescription for birth control because it goes against the religious leanings of a pharmacist? Some judgmental Puritan at your local drugstore can trump your doctor? Are you okay with that? No! And why, in 2014, are we still battling against gender and economic discrimination? There you go. We currently have a hostile Congress that is purposely halting progress and taking us backwards. 2 years ago, when I spoke at the first We Are Women rally, I learned that the Equal Rights Amendment was never ratified into the Constitution. And I also learned on that day that I wasn't alone. I wasn't the only person who didn't know this, that many Americans don't realize this. Here's the text of the ERA. Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex. On account of sex. This gender-inclusive text will benefit all Americans, and it will make equal pay federal law. That should make Congress happy, right? More free time for them. They won't have to argue anymore if women deserve equal pay for equal work. An amendment to the Constitution requires 38 states to ratify it. The ERA was introduced by Republicans in 1923, and it overwhelmingly passed both houses of Congress in 1972, and subsequently was ratified by 35 states in 1977. Everyone believed it was going to pass until Phyllis Schlafly came along and essentially killed it with her Stop ERA campaign. She used fear and lies, and she warned that equal rights would mean unisex bathrooms and that women would be drafted. But what Phyllis didn't tell everybody was Congress has always had the ability to draft women. They've just chosen not to. So enough people believed the lies and the amendment languished. Then Congress imposed a deadline to the ERA, and that deadline expired in 1982. The one and only amendment that would make gender discrimination a federal offense expired. Did you know that the 27th Amendment dealing with congressional compensation was originally proposed in September of 1789 and ratified in May of 1992? That's 203 years. No deadline for that one, but women, we got 10 years and then it was game over. Congress has the ability to remove that deadline. Do you think they will if we don't speak up? No. Are you going to wait for elected officials to just give you and hand you the recognition and the equality that should be your birthright? No. In 1920, Republican Dr. Alice Paul, with the assistance of Lucy Burns and other dedicated American suffragists, made sure that American women would have the right to vote. And their efforts secured the 19th Amendment, women's suffrage, into the Constitution. But Alice knew that women also needed constitutional recognition. So in 1923, she penned the Equal Rights Amendment. Alice died in 1977, and she never saw her dream realized. We have the ability to change that. We have the ability to make Alice's dream a reality with our votes and our collective voices. Alice said deeds, not words. So I have a question for all of you. Are you going to demand ratification of the ERA?
Yes.
Hold on, I kind of didn't hear you, so I'm going to ask again. Are you going to demand ratification of the ERA?
Yes.
And then are you going to back it up with action?
Yes.
Okay, I believe you. One day we will see a ratified Equal Rights Amendment. And it won't be the end of feminism, but it will be a gigantic stride in the ongoing movement. Feminism is and should be a celebration of the female spirit and the unique strength that women possess. We still don't have full, guaranteed constitutional equality. We deserve it. It is our right. We must take it because we are women. Hear us roar. And let us vote in numbers too big to ignore. Thank you.